Hi, how are you? I hope that you're doing well while watching this video. My name is Eric. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered about the way sentences are written or spoken? Well, today we are going to talk about the two different voices. What is a voice? A voice is a grammatical feature or structure that describes the relationship of the verb and the subject, also known as the agent. In other words, voice describes how the verb is expressed or written in relation to the subject. The two voices are active voice and passive voice. The active voice is a type of grammatical voice in which the subject of the sentence is also the doer of the action. In other words, the subject or the agent performs the action expressed by the verb. Take this pattern for you to easily recognize the active voice. First, we have the subject or the doer, and then we have the verb or the action, and a direct object. A direct object is not always required in the active voice. However, if it's included in the sentence, it must come directly after the verb. For example, my sister bought a new bag. In this sentence, my sister is the subject, bought is the verb, a new bag is the direct object. Hence, my sister or the subject performs the action. Let's have another example. Maria submitted the report. The subject and the doer of the action is Maria, the verb is submitted, and the direct object is the report. Let's have an example without a direct object. Marvin sings badly. In this sentence, Marvin is the subject and the doer of the action, and sings is the verb. A direct object answers the questions what or who. So in this sentence, there is no direct object. Let's have another one. We arrived on time. The subject and the doer of the action is we. The verb is arrived, and this sentence doesn't have a direct object. The passive voice is a type of grammatical voice in which the subject is acted upon by the verb. In other words, the subject is not the doer of the action but the receiver, and it is affected by the verb. Take a look at this pattern. First, we have the subject or the receiver, and then the verb or the action, followed by a prepositional phrase. The subject in the passive voice is the direct object in the active voice. The prepositional phrase in the passive voice is the agent in the active voice. It is called prepositional phrase because it is preceded by the preposition by. Consider these examples. My sister bought a new bag. Active. A new bag was bought by my sister. Passive. Maria submitted the report. That's in the active voice. The report was submitted by Maria. That's in the passive voice. Marvin sings badly. Active. Since this sentence doesn't have a direct object, it can never be converted into the passive voice. We arrived on time. Active. We cannot convert it into the passive voice because it also doesn't have a direct object. When do we use the active voice, the passive voice? Well, technically, the active voice is preferable to the passive voice as it uses fewer words and shows a clearer relationship between the subject and the verb. That being said, the active voice is also known as the default voice in spoken and written English. What about the passive voice? The passive voice is used when the receiver of the action is significant. Therefore, if you want to emphasize the receiver of the action, use the passive voice. See this example. The committee will organize the most awaited ceremony. Active. The most awaited ceremony will be organized by the committee. Passive. For you not to get confused whether you should use the active or the passive voice, you have to know first which one you want to emphasize. If you want to give emphasis to the doer or the agent, you have to use the active voice. If you want to point up the receiver of the action, use the passive voice. That's all for today. I hope that you've learned from our discussion. Please subscribe to my channel and continue learning with me. Thank you.